I think we sent out the background on obviously you and Palantir. Palantir has kind of a notorious reputation of no one really knowing what they do. Being one of the largest companies that no one knows what they do.
It's bigger than I thought it would be, especially for no one knowing what it does, you know?
Right, exactly. It's the 22nd largest public company, and it's a company that you co-founded when you were 21. So obviously it's been, a major part of your life and probably quite a wild ride to go from zero to where it was. And so would love to hear, maybe you can share a bit about the genesis of the company.
Sure.
Walk us through the early days.
Sure. Well, I guess the background. So I grew up in Silicon Valley, and a lot of my friends and I were math and chess competitors, not very popular on the social scene, but we had a lot of smart friends. And when I was at Stanford computer science, I was at PayPal because I saw a lot of the people I admired going to PayPal. They rejected me my first year, but they let me in eventually. And the big challenge at PayPal, you guys might have heard of, was that the Russian and Chinese mafia were stealing all of our money. So we had about 8 big competitors. And if you want to send a payment online, if we ask you too much about yourself, you don't want to use PayPal. It's annoying. If we don't ask you enough about yourself, then you can go to 7-Eleven here, and the person behind the counter might be in a bad mood, and they could write down your number, and they could sell it to the Russians online. The Russians would aggregate thousands of these things, run them through our system, take out the money, and then you would get something saying, PayPal, $200 charge. You say, I didn't send $200 through PayPal. You charge it back. The credit card company refunds you, takes it from us. So we were losing $7 or $8 million a month. And so PayPal was very unprofitable at the time, and we had to figure out how to stop the bad guys. We started advising them and helping them. And then 9/11 happened, and we watched as the US government spent like billions of dollars on very backward stuff that was way behind what Silicon Valley was doing. And we realized, wow, there's like a duty here for our nation. We need to take the best and brightest of Silicon Valley and like upgrade the investigative systems of our country. And so that was like the initial impetus, is like, we're going to take a functional tech culture, build these systems. And I guess to make a long story short, it turns out the types of problems we had to solve to build these analytical systems and information systems, you actually had to map out all of the data in a way to understand, we called it a dynamic ontology, understand how the data could talk to each other, and then you had to map out workflows. And so we had all these ontologies of workflows. And then it turns out by doing that, not only was it useful for government stuff, it was useful for a lot of companies to take their data and their workflows. And the types of problems we solved made it very easy to then put AI on top of it when AI came along.